I was asked a question that how can someone know his cost of medical examination? Or how can someone determine how much that is going to be charged to him or her during the medical examination? For sure, I cannot determine how much is the physician going to ask you, because it will depend on your medical status. Your medical status will determine how much is going to be charged by the physician of the clinic where you are going to do your medical examination. But what I can do in this case, I can give some factors that can help you to reduce the cost of your medical examination, or even to increase the factors that can lead to increase your costs of medical examination. So I'm going to answer that question in that way by giving the factors that can increase or that can reduce your medical examination. So I will start with the number of family members. So if you know you have huge number of dependents that you are planning to go with, automatically your costs will be high. Just to know that if you have a huge number of family members that you are thinking to go with, of course your costs will be high comparing to someone who is having 2 people or 1 person. Those two, their costs will be low because it is only 1 person or 2 people. Okay? That one can reduce your costs. Another factor can be the age. Yeah. There are tests which are not done to the younger one. There are tests which are done to older people. So if I'm to read from the website, let me just read it here, you see. Medical examination will include a medical history review, physical examination, and chest X-ray, gonorrhea test and blood test for applicants 15 years of age or older. So that means if you or your dependent are above 15 years, they will have to undergo all the tests that is required. Okay? But if they are below 15 years, they will not undergo some tests. So that means there will be some reduction in the medical costs. That is in case your dependent, if they are below 15 years. But if they are above, the costs will have to increase. Okay? Another factor can be immunization records. Yeah. Immunization records. So if you know previously you received some immunization injections and you have all the records to prove that you received all the vaccines that is required, you will not receive those vaccines again. So if it is like there are like 15 vaccines that we are supposed to receive. So if you received like you received or even you have even the records to prove for like 8 vaccine or 10 vaccines, that means you have reduced on the costs because they will not inject you the vaccine which you have already received. They cannot do that. That's why they always encourage you to move with your immunization record. In medical history review, that's when they will have to check already the cards you have brought to them, immunization cards, to see if you received the required vaccines that they are supposed to give you. So that means if you received more of them, that will help you to reduce your costs. Some vaccines, most of you received, but you might be there without documents. So that means you'll get the same vaccine again. Vaccines like COVID-19, some of you rejected to receive this vaccine for COVID-19. Then there is hepatitis B, hepatitis A, there is influenza B, very many polio, very many vaccines that we are supposed to receive. But if you received most of them, automatically it will reduce your costs. So I think that is what I can say about how you can determine your costs, the costs that you will spend on your medical examination. Nothing else. Enjoy the video and don't forget to subscribe in case you are new to this channel.